Hi everyone, this is Mia Manoren. I know it's been a while since I've last did a dreams discussion video, but this time I've been collecting a lot of dreams and I'm prepared to tell you all about it. It's about when I've went over to my dad's house and it's been burgled recently, and my dad was in the bathroom stark naked, didn't realise that I was coming in to check to see if he is all right. I've rang the doorbell several times and I've realised that it wasn't my dad at all. It was a total stranger. What was this total stranger doing inside my dad's house? Anyhow, then there was a goat that was eating dad's worksheets. Then my mum, on the other hand, came round with a cup of coffee and said to me, "Isn't this fun or what?" she'd say. And I said, "No, it isn't. Dad's house just been burgled. There's a random stranger in Dad's bedroom, and Dad is nowhere near to be seen." And I don't know what to do because my dad was never left like that. He's never been kidnapped or anything like that. He's always been alert of everything. What a great dad he would have been. Then Edward's parents came by with a huge chocolate cake and said happy birthday, even though it's nowhere near Dad's birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not Edward's birthday. It's not even my mum's birthday. I thought, this is so confusing. While we're visiting Dad's rancid house and celebrating someone's birthday. I mean, that is just so confusing, isn't it? Then a fox came by and dropped a dead rabbit on the pavement. I threw pebbles at the fox because it was quite rabid. So we had to put it down because it was rabid. If we get bitten, we'd be dead. But then an ice cream van came along and said, "Anyone want any ice cream?" And I said, "No, we're in the middle of an investigation of my dad's rancid house. It's been burgled recently and there is no time for an ice cream. What is wrong with you people?" The next day, me and Edward decide to go to the cinema for an average date. Then we've decided to visit the lakes yesterday. Then we had a nice romantic meal there. The police said they could do everything they can to find Dad before it's too late. I suppose people want him for ransom, really. But to me, it's all completely bonkers. We came across a factory, a very old, abandoned factory, where you see lots of rubble lying around, empty sacks of concrete, run down high max machines, the caterpillar machines that knock old buildings down. So me and Ed decide to play in those sort of machines until something weird happened. There was oil everywhere. Rivers of oil spraying all around us. And we got completely covered in oil. So we decided at the end of the day is to go home, have a shower, and try not to worry about Dad because he will be all right. My dad would not be any harm at all because the police will do whatever they can to find him. He's a brave man. my dad. I give him credit for it. But yeah, me and Ned just carried on with our weeks as normal, really, until further information from the police. As for his house, well, the neighbours very kindly cut us some slack and rebuild the rooms that were damaged, and tried to given their time to give us the furniture that was missing and damaged, of course, especially the wiring, of course. Then there was this hunky builder who I've seen many times. Not really my thing. But it did turn my big sister on, though, because my big sister's got a thing for men like that. My sister, on the other hand, thinks a good idea to pretend that she broke her ankle, which is really weird because my sister never used to do that sort of thing. Plus, she's got this guy who's like an emo, and he's not that good to talk to. But if she and this hunky builder have it on, then great. Who cares? If they're happy, they're happy. I respect people every way. But then you may think to yourself that why is all this weird things have been going on? Well, my father is kidnapped somewhere, replaced with a random stranger, naked in the bathroom, and wanting us to give ransom to set him free. But then the police were in charge of that. So everything's going to be just so. So peace and serenity is all restored. So as we found out that our dad is still alive, he got stuck in some island surrounded by heavy amounts of seas where no one else could ever get to him apart from the people who kidnapped him. So we're in South Africa, I presume. So me and Ned decide to go like a little weekender cruise to find him with my family. So as we got there through thick, heavy, stormy winds of nights, the rain begins to pour down so drastically. No one was hurt except the captain. He made the ship crash into a huge amount of rocks due to the heavy storm. So me and Ned had to jump into a lifeboat immediately, leave everything behind. And my family did the same. They jumped in a lifeboat too. And until we find the island that was just near South Africa. It took us 3 days to get there on a lifeboat. Luckily, we brought some food along, so we're all okay. So as we got to the island and into the very centre of the island, which is so thick, so deep, so moist, and so chaotic in the jungle, there was my dad hanging from the rocks of the waterfall. He wasn't dead, he was just all roped up and in such tight bondage and everything. He had a piece of stone in his mouth so he wouldn't speak. So as we found him, we were so relieved that he was still alive. But yeah, I came across this huge tribal chief who wants to eat him as food and stuff. Apparently, my dad is sacrificed for something, which we both didn't want to know. Then so, on the other hand, I managed to trick the tribal chief with my weird sort of sense of seduction, and so did my sister Carla. I've realised that he is allergic to garlic. If I recall having spaghetti bolognese on the cruise ship with Edward and garlic bread as well, the tribal chief just couldn't stop coughing, and he just ran away in fear until he fell into the deepest waterfall that he planned to kill my dad before eating him. But then, foolishly, he just jumped off it and fell for his death. So me, Mum, Edward cut some ropes off Dad, then we've carried him off to the lifeboat and we've called for help. And we just end up being back at home, safe and sound, within a week. Even though it doesn't usually take too long for rescue to come and rescue us. But then again, at the end of the day, everything's just all been restored and good and happy. Dad's house is fixed, got all the furniture back, and it's all been brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe. The world is your ice cream oyster.